Well, hello, kids, and welcome. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing well. Looking like yourself. Go on, Chris, jump on. Somebody jump on. Otherwise, I'm just going to do a few questions and answers on this Patrick's Day night. Yeah, Patrick's Day night, and then I'm going to bugger off to bed. So, hope you're all doing well. Hello to everybody inside chat. Blake's Pipes, Crafty Poncho, Simon Brackett, ZX9R, Sprocket, Simon again, and others obviously watching that haven't commented yet. I don't know, a bit of a conversation going on about vaping or smoking. Well, I think costs more. What cigarettes or I don't know. Costs more to vape. I don't know, Simon. Last I heard, cigarettes were like £10 a packet now. That's an awful lot of vape use. That's up to you. Right. Well, if no one's going to join me, anybody got any questions? Ask me some questions. What do you want to know, if anything? Otherwise, this is going to be a really short live stream. It's been a long week. It's been a horrible week. It's been a crappy week. No. What have you all been up to then? Anything fun? Was it? There was a comment I missed. Something about jumped into the dark side. Who jumped into the dark side? Oh well. £14 average, Tom. Is that right? Crikey, that's expensive. That is expensive. Oh, here we go. We got somebody joined us. Crafty Poncho. Hello, Crafty Poncho. How are you doing? Nope. Mute that. Unmute that. Talking sign. No. No, keep going. You'll get it. Crafty Poncho. I'll just do a bit of. He's not having a good time of it. I want you to send me your bike this month. Oh, that'd be great, mate. I'd love a new Concourse 1400. 21 plate, that'd be very nice. But I think it might cost a bit in postage from the States. I'd love to have it. Yeah, we won't go down that route, Simon. We're not going down that route at all. Yeah, there's plenty of them out there, mate. There's plenty of them out there. Right, I can't actually find. I'm not sure why Crafty Poncho's having a problem with his audio. You can hear me all right, but microphone not working. You might have to go into settings at the bottom of StreamYard and select your mic from the audio. Make sure that's selected. You can test it in there. Give that a go. Hey, Exeter, how you doing? Exeter, I'd love for you to come and join me for a little bit. Come jump on for a little bit, Steve, and we'll have a little chat. I may be popping down your way. Right, what do I get? MPG. It varies anything from 20 miles to the gallon to 65. But I do tend to average out in the 50s. So it just depends how you're going to ride it. Your setup's not ready for streaming. No, never mind, Chris. Never mind, Chris. You got £111, 111 per mile. What, 111 gallons per mile? That's not that good. We still wait for Crafty Poncho to sort his stuff out. Hey, Ponxer, good evening to you, mate. How you doing? Crafty, you can always leave and come back again if you want. Give it a try. See if that helps. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, other than going into settings and selecting your mic, I'm not sure. You need to pluck up the courage. No, you don't. You're fine, mate. You're fine. You're fine. Oh, 111 to the tank. Right. Okay. 111 miles to the tank. Crikey, what size tank you got? Can't be all that much. All that big. Carl, good evening. Good evening, Carl. I hope you're doing well, mate. Long time no see. I hope you're feeling better. Or Rev says you was ill. You come on and tell us. Is my mic working? I'm hoping mine is. Crafty Ponchos wasn't. Hopefully he'll come back once he gets that sorted. 13 and a half. Yeah. So I've got 21 litre, I think. 21, or is it 23? 21, somewhere thereabouts litre tank, and I usually fill up at about 180 miles, but I have got over 250 out of it. Depends how you're riding as well. I mean, if you're going on a long cruise up and down motorways and dual carriageways and just cruising along, you ain't going to use a lot of fuel. It's the slowing down, speeding up that uses most of the fuel. No worries, Carl. No worries. No worries, Carl. We'll just wait and see if Crafty can come back again. Anybody got any questions or anything while they're there? While they're there and while I'm still here, because it's Paddy's Day night and I'll probably be disappearing soon. If it doesn't pick up, or if it does pick up, I'll probably be here till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, as you do. Okay, right, it's back again, Crafty Poncho. Let's see if it's working this time.
Can you hear me?
Yes, got you now.
Boosh.
Excellent one. Excellent, Crafty. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Happy days, happy days.
Yeah, you figured out what it was in the end, why it wasn't working.
Yes, yeah. So I've got an audio enhancement thing plugged in to my computer, and it just doesn't like the headset.
Right, I'm with you. So, Crafty Poncho, I don't think I've seen your channel about. Is it called the Crafty Poncho?
It is indeed, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've only been gone since June last year.
Right.
I think I've got about 10 videos. It's nothing massive at the minute. But yeah, I'm going to be working on it. Obviously, once the weather gets a bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like really, really new.
Okay. What bike is that you got there?
I've got a Suzuki GSX F600.
There we go. And that should be your channel. There you go.
There you go. That's it, mate. Yeah.
There you go. I found you. Right. While I've actually found your channel, let's stick you a little sub in. There we go. Okay. Right. 11 subs now.
Yay.
You're getting there. You're getting there. We all started there. Oh, you've gone up to 13 already. Look at that.
Happy days.
We all started there. Gareth, evening. How you doing? Burning gas. There you go. Someone else just subscribed to you. Grey Wolf. 20 mile an hour, a lot of filtering, a lot of stuck in traffic, a lot of stop start. Yeah, that was when I was getting about 20 miles to the gallon. It does get lower than that if you really open it up. You're stuck in Paris. I hope the riots aren't causing you too much grief, Gareth. I hope they're not. Obviously, a bit of riots out there. Okay. And here he is. He is the big channel. This is the big channel coming on now. Everybody bow down and welcome Exeter Rider Steve. How you doing, buddy?
That's not me. All right.
I was
Big
going
Got
there.
channel,
more
my
subs than
ass.
us combined, so yeah, you go.
It ain't that many, mate, is it? When you think there's 500,000, people with 500,000 out there, and but that's right. It's just, all progress.
There's plenty of subs to go around. Yeah, look,
Hmm.
there we are.
Yeah.
Mr. Bomb is in the room.
Hello,
Leading
Mr. Bomb.
Or Red Bum, as he's affectionately known. Flight was delayed
Well,
13 hours. Jesus Christ, burning gas. He's in Paris. Flight is delayed 13 hours. They
How
got a
do you
bit
know
of
that he's got
civil
a red
unrest,
bum, then?
haven't they? How do I know he's got a red bum?
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody else has said that.
Because he
yet.
looks like a baboon. Dudum.
Well done. Hello, Poncho. Nice to meet you.
How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, all right, mate. Not bad.
Good.
Yeah, Crafty Poncho is just a brand new channel starting up. Literally brand new channel starting up. Got a few videos up there, and we're just going to promote him and give him a few extra subs tonight, hopefully. And Simon, I don't know. I've never met this man. I don't know him.
He's
Does
trouble,
anybody
that
recognise
Simon
this man?
He's trouble, that one. I'm going to boot him off my channel. He's going to get banned.
Yeah, blocked for life. There you go.
It's all
Yes,
good.
and so hopefully, Tracy and I will be coming down to Cornwall this year, and we can pop in and have another coffee with you.
That'd be great, mate. I'd like that a lot. Do you know when or no?
It'll be middle of April.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere around about then.
Excellent.
Oh, look, even Howie's on it now. Look, even Howie's on it. He looks dodgy.
Looks.
There we go. And Lady J Ryder's obviously a fan. So there you go. Check out the bloopers. I still think that one you did with the oil is my favourite.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was watching that one the other day, and I still can't believe I've done that. But
that is still my favourite one. Yeah, favourite.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know what it is, go and find it and have a look. It is funny. It did make me chuckle. An 8 litre oil change.
I dropped the oil quite literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the wrong place.
Anyway, I was going to say, Crafty, what's your channel going to be about? What are you doing? Anything specific, tours or just general?
So I've not really sort of decided where the way I want to go with it. I don't know. Everything's pretty much been done, hasn't it?
There's always room for more, mate.
Yeah, everything's been done. And if you look at me on my channel, it's just me talking bollocks while I'm riding my bike, and people like it. I don't know why, but I've hit something.
That was sort of my initial sort of thoughts on getting the sort of the channel going. So just a little background. I done 25 years in the British Army. I left a couple of years ago. Started riding again, and I just wanted something extra to get into. So yeah, that's what I've decided. I'll go with this. But yeah, my initial thing was to sort of go with talk bullshit about the army and my experiences and all that sort of bollocks. But I don't know, some of them turn up.
Just do whatever makes you comfortable, because if nothing else, people that are watching can smell bullshit a mile off. And if you start waffling crap that you don't believe in, or you're not honest about, or you have no passion for, they'll pick it up and they'll drop off. Whereas if you just are honest, someone told me this when I started up, 2 years ago. When I first started doing it, he said, be honest, because people will call you on bullshit. And if you're honest and people think you're genuine, and you're not disingenuous, then you'll keep people entertained.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the key. You can tell straight away that you're a decent bloke. So, that you're pretty much there already.
Yeah. It's Crafty Poncho, a better behaved peaky biker.
It's only early days yet. Give it another couple of cans and we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm only up the road from Peaky.
Oh, yeah.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I'm just up the road from Peaky. 25 minutes, half hour away.
I would never have guessed by the accent.
Well, originally I'm from the northeast. Obviously serving in the army, well, the military, 25 years. I've mainly been down south. I'm just currently, well, Midlands based at the minute. But yeah, I do have a dog as well. I've got a little Springer Spaniel. I say little. He's a little shithead.
It's got the same name as Beaky's bike.
My dog's actually called Poncho.
Yeah.
Have you got any pets, Simon? Or
Yes,
no.
I have one cat left. I did have two. One died unfortunately a couple of years ago, and she's currently curled up asleep somewhere because she's an old lady. And I've got 24 koi fish, which are my pets.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How big a
I've got
pond do you need for that then? For 24 of them?
my pond is 2 meters wide, 4 meters long, and 1.5 meters deep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's around about 13,000 liters of water.
Yeah. And
So,
how big do they grow? Your carp, are they like 2 footers? Are they? Or
I've got a couple of 3-footers, a load of 2-footers, and a few 1-footers in there. So, and the best thing is that I like fish. I always have done. I've had tropical tanks and everything else, and I decided to go to the next level, which was the pond. And all of my fish I've bought, the biggest one I ever bought was about 4 inches long. And they've all cost me under a tenner each, and they say some of them are 3 foot long now.
are they easy to look after?
Dead easy.
Just chuck a grub in the pond and that's it, is it?
Yeah. As long as you change, you do regular water changes and you keep the filters clean, koi fish are happy. They are known as pigs of the water, so they will eat more or less anything that goes in there, hence why I've got no plants in my pond. I've actually got a separate pond with plants in that I pump and recycle water through. Because the plants like the fish water and the fish like the plant water. Oxygenates it for them. So I've got a second, and yeah, during the summer, 3, maybe 4 times a week, I go out there and flush the filters out. But I also buy, you can buy special food that is low waste. So it's like a protein food for them that helps them grow. But it also, they don't dirty the water so much. And as long as you've got UV lights and all that sort of business going, yeah.
There's Poncho.
Hello, Poncho. Hello, boy. Hello, boy.
He's gone shy now, look.
Yeah, he's hiding now. So don't show me. Don't show me.
He's a good dog.
That's a flash little computer setup you got there as well, isn't it?
It's yes, not bad. I'll give you a quick thing. There's a few things on here. I'll probably have to move out the way. Let's move that. Well, I don't know if my lead's going to reach around. Hang on, here we go.
There we go. Yeah, look at that.
I say, look at that.
Very posh, isn't it? Very posh. Like it.
He needs his own fuse board to power all those lights.
He's in the laundry room, though. Have you noticed?
Oh, no, I'm in the front room, mate.
I'm joking. As soon as you see an error, you're like, yep, he's in the laundry room.
What the hell is that?
Oh,
okay. I thought it might have been something else, but yeah, okay.
Now, the Rhythmic Biker would love that. He's got him one as well. But careful, you take your eye out of that.
Well, I can see me on the telly, look.
Oh, I'm on the telly. I'm famous.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to have your toys, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
It's just one of them buy it to look at, you know what I mean? Oh,
nice to have a little corner, isn't it? In the
that's
ring.
it, isn't it? That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been thrown out to the ex-garden shed. There used to be a brick-built shed to the side of the house, which is now connected to the house, and that's where they sling me. So they got a double glazed door they can shut between me and them. So if I start making too much noise,
or they do, yeah.
Or they do, yeah. But it's also a little sanctuary for the cat when we have people around because she doesn't like people, so she comes and hides in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I must admit the this room that I'm in now, she was trying to get out of it for ages,
Mhm.
and I just slowly put more and more in there. You know, we'd have the odd argument here and there, but eventually I took it over and I've got it now. So
Yeah.
I've got the garage, I've got this room, and I've just got to work on the shed now because the garden shed would be lovely to have, but I've got a long
Yeah.
way to go on that.
It's when you start finding patio furniture and lawnmowers left on the patio and things. It's all like, yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry.
Yes.
I'll put it away later. Right, I'm going to do a live stream off down the garden.
Yeah. Then she finds it all on the bed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it might as well be on the bed because you ain't gonna sleep in it.
No, that's it. Yeah, yeah. A load of carrier bags that's thrown out the window, like, yeah.
At 6 a.m.
Cheers, Rev.
Oh, take care, Rev. And don't forget, everybody, Mother's Day Sunday.
Oh,
This
yeah.
Sunday. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We've all got to go see our mums on Sunday, whether we want to or not.
Yeah, that's it.
Not happening with me, mate. She's 300 mile away.
Fair enough. You lucky bastard.
So you got your fishing, Simon. What else? You got any other hobbies? Or was that mainly it? Bikes and fish?
Well, work keeps me quite busy, and
Yeah.
bikes, yeah.
What's happening with your HGV then? Have you got a HGV job coming up, or is it just on
I
back burner?
passed. Obviously, we all know I passed my class 1, and the Royal Mail were desperate for class 1 drivers, which is why I took it, because hopefully there's going to be a job at the end of it. And then when I finished, they went, okay, just look out on the website, the intranet site, for any vacancies coming up. And now they're going for a revision, and the initial part of the revision says they got too many HGV1 drivers.
Oh, right. That's annoying. But at least they, I guess they, not being too personal, but I guess they paid for your training today to an
They
extent,
paid for
whatever.
everything. Yeah. They
Yeah.
paid for everything.
So you've still got
I
the
didn't.
ticket, mate, ain't you?
There is a contract you got to sign. Night burning gas. Gareth, take care, guy.
Cheers, Gareth.
There is a contract that says I've got to work for them for 2 years.
2 minutes. Be right back.
All right, mate. I've got to work for them for 2 years. If I leave before then, I've got to pay a certain percentage back,
Yeah.
depending on how far I am into the 2 years.
Which is
So I
fair
think
enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fair enough. So they sent us that contract, and we were to sign that and send it back, but I never signed and sent mine back. So,
Oh,
and they
that's
still gave me
clever.
the training.
Yeah, and they got enough on their plate at the moment anyway, haven't they, to be checking
They're
through
a
it
little
all
bit
and-
busy, aren't they? They're a little bit busy. Apparently there's somebody called Simon Thompson, I think, who's the CEO, who's in trouble for lying to MPs or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not like it's anything I've followed quite closely. And
No. Yeah. Bit of a mess, though, mate, isn't it? Yeah.
it is a bit of a mess. It is a bit of a mess. And now Ofcom are looking at giving them big fines and everything else. And the postmen still want a pay rise. So what happened?
Yeah. 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 Did I hear somebody say the other day that a first class stamp is over a quid now? true?
I've heard it's gone up to £1.10 for first class and 75 pence for second.
It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a decline in traffic, or it's a decline in business, if you like, and so they decide to price it out of the market, so not attract any
Yeah.
customers. That's what you do, don't
Yeah.
you? I mean,
Well, my brother-in-law, he works for the Exeter sorting office, and
oh yeah,
I mean, I try not to talk about it with him because as soon as he starts, he doesn't stop. You can literally lose 2 hours of your life. But
Mhm.
he was saying that a lot of it is outsourced now, and as soon as they lose it to another company, they don't get it back again, and so it's on a constant downward sort of spiral of
yes and
subbing out.
no, yes and no. In my experience of years gone by and lately, we've lost some contracts because, well, obviously we collect from a lot of customers. We lost some contracts to other businesses, whether they be TNT or DPD or whoever, but we were still getting some of their work. Once everything settles down, they come back because there isn't actually another courier in the country that can reach everywhere that Royal Mail does. There
Oh,
isn't
okay.
there isn't another courier that has the network Royal Mail has. I mean, okay, it's £1.10p now, but there isn't another courier that would take a letter from Land's End and deliver it to John O'Groats the next day for £1.10p.
Okay.
There isn't
Yeah,
there
got
isn't
you.
anybody that will do that. So
Microsoft
yes,
do that.
sorry.
Microsoft do it.
Oh yeah, it's called an email. Yeah,
Email.
Very
yeah.
true.
You can try and get away with sending your mother-in-law an email on a Mother's Day or something rather than a card, and then let's
Funky
see how
Pigeon.
long. Yeah,
Funkypigeon.com.
Yeah, use
Yeah.
Funky Pigeon because Royal Mail deliver all their stuff. So yeah. But yeah, say companies like Funky Pigeon, and those, they all use Royal Mail. It's got the best. It is the best network in the country. But there you go. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
That's enough
they'll
about
come
work.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll come back. They'll come back. Don't get me started on it because I'll feel like I'm in a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent 5 hours in a meeting today. I don't fancy another one. So yeah.
Yeah. Have you
So what's up
adjusted
for you,
coming at
Exeter?
the
Sorry?
Oh, sorry.
No, go on. You go.
I was just going to ask Crafty actually, how's he getting on leaving the army and and adjusting to civvy life like that? Is it?
Yeah, it's not the greatest thing. Obviously, after 24, just short of 25 years, it's a bit of an institutionalization that you've left and coming into being something that you've not been for 24, 25 years. It's been challenging. It still is challenging, but
yeah,
you've got to crack on, haven't you?
Imagine. Yeah, it's a bit like me going into the military. I wouldn't know. I'd be duck out of water. So
yeah,
and it's a reverse for you, isn't it? So
yeah, it's at the time when I first left, sort of May 2021. It was happy days. I've got the rest of my life on leave.
yeah,
I didn't have to worry about the army. But then obviously coming over to the dark side, as it were, back into Civvy Street, I was like, what's this shit? What do you mean you don't get 60? What sick pay? Sick pay? What? You can't have a day off when you want? Nah, what are you on about?
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all the fundamentals of coming back into Civvy Street from obviously your mental sort of capacity within the military. You're coming out like you just said there. You're a duck out of water.
Yeah,
and just trying to fit back in, because not to put the army down or military personnel down, but when you're serving in the military, you look at civvies in a different light.
Yeah,
and I'm sure Peaky would probably, and all the other ex-military guys, they'd probably agree with me to say they look at civilians in a different light.
Yeah. Okay. What do you mean by that? Just out of interest.
So I'm speaking from what I've learned coming out of the army now.
Yeah.
I'm not on. How can I say it? It's like you're on a sort of different wavelength. You've got a different mentality in the military. If you're asked to do something, you'll do it. No questions asked. But that was one of the biggest shocks for me coming into Civvy Street and getting employment. I don't know. The supervisor would say to one of the guys, "Oh yeah, go and do whatever job," and he's like, "Why do I need to do that? I'm not doing that. I'm going for a fag break. If a job needs doing, do you know what I mean?"
Yeah, I do know what you mean, mate, because I've been trained like that as well. If somebody asks you to do something, just get on with it, crack on with it. Not, I'm not paid to do that or that bollocks. So, just get on and do it.
Yeah, but that's the biggest hurdle for me at the minute, is actually come to terms with the mentality, the differences in mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting.
That's why I bought the motorbike. It's the best antidepressant on the planet.
Yeah, so true, mate.
It's got to be. Yeah. I must admit, I was on quite a downer. Was it last week when I had a few issues for the week with punctures, tyres, fuses, and everything else. I was on a bit of a downer, and I hadn't ridden much that week at all, so I was really kind of pissed off. And then when my bike was off the road with the forks being done, I think it was just over 2 weeks to get the forks done, and yeah, I had to use the car, and I absolutely hated going to work. I hated I just hated the journeys.
It's boring, isn't
Right,
it? Yeah.
It's boring, and it took me an extra 40 minutes. The bike actually saved me that much time.
Yeah.
You get gridlock traffic on a bike. It ain't gridlock, is it? You can make your way through. But,
that's the thing I struggle with the most when I'm in the van or the car, is sat in traffic, and you just think, oh, if I was on my bike now, I'd be right down at the front and just sat there. It's just nothing to do. Listen to crappy radio or whatever's on there.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to be on your bike.
Yeah.
Unless it's pissing down with rain, in which case,
I mean, I've made a phone call to the wife. I've made a phone call to the wife halfway through the journey. She said, "You all right?" I said, "No, I'm pissed off." Why is that? I said, "I've been staring at the back of the same van for 30 fucking minutes. I'm pissed off."
Yeah.
I've read all the graffiti, I've memorised the number plate, and
Cool, you must be bored doing all that. Yeah.
I get, the brain's got to always be going. It's got to always be doing something. And one of the things I do when I'm out is number plate reading. Read a number plate and then make up something out of the words on it. And it's a game I've played.
That's a good idea.
It's a game I've played since I was a kid in the car with my mum and dad. To make those long holiday journeys more interesting, get a number plate and then make something up out of the letters if they don't already make something up, and
yeah,
I'm doing that whilst riding, whilst doing my checks, whilst looking at traffic, whilst looking out for people on their phones, and that idiot's going to cut across the front of you. It's
keep yourself brilliant busy. At Scrabble.
No crap. Can't spell for shit.
You get the sausage on Sunday then?
I'm going to see how the morning goes, because obviously being Mother's Day, I've got to go see my mum at some point, and I'm sure she'll be popping in and watching and then disappearing. She never comments or anything. She just comes in and sees what her son's up to and what he's saying.
Oh, right.
So, in case she's watching right now, yes, I'm going to see my mum on Mother's Day. Hi. Hi, Mum. She likes to keep her eye on me. Make sure she knows what I'm doing. So
yeah. I wondered why you wasn't swearing tonight.
Oh, I've been swearing. Trust me. I've been swearing. Trust me. I think Peaky got blamed for Rev's live stream going orange, but I think it was me at the beginning. But the swearing policy that YouTube got, if you swear within the first whatever many
8 seconds,
it's sort of like, we're going to demonetize that video, or we're going to restrict. What they tend to do is restrict advertisement on it, so you don't earn as much money and everything else. It's sort of like, well, that's no threat to me, because I don't really care how much money I'll get.
No.
I mean, I think my January's income for my channel, I didn't put a lot out. It was like £8.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I'm jeopardizing my £8. Oh dear, that don't even buy 3 cups of coffee.
No, that's it. Yeah.
So I'm not that bothered. And again, on my videos, you'll hear me swear when I'm on my bike. You'll hear me swear. I swear in general conversation. No malice meant by it. Have I ever been pulled up on it? Plenty of times. It's not directed at anybody in particular. It's just in conversation. So
yeah.
Can I behave myself?
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
Can I behave myself if I have to? Yes.
I've put a few out. Obviously my channel's generally unswearing because I'm trying to make a part-time job out of it. But I'm realistic. I'm trying to grow it all the time, and that's just we'll all do it for different reasons, don't we? But yeah, I mean, I put a few vids out now with swearing in it, which kind of surprises people. I think it's a refreshing change in many ways for most people, but it's just my choice, So
I know when I've done a few of the videos I have actually done, obviously being ex-military, swearing is second nature. You just can't help it. I'm riding along and pleasant, chatty, some white van would pull out, and then the ugly monster
Yep.
comes out, the effing and blind and the effing and jeffing, and it just comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My
Yeah, I'm
favourite
the same,
one
mate.
I say on
I'm,
my
I'm
videos.
in the building
yeah.
trade, so yeah. I
My
swear like a
favourite one I
trooper
say on
normally.
my videos is get off that fucking phone.
Oh,
That's my most common use.
it's my pet hate.
Yeah.
It's my absolute pet hate that people on
Someone
phones.
said to me, apparently the police now are accepting video footage from people,
Really?
of people breaking road traffic laws. And I had a look, and the two police forces around me, which is Hertfordshire and Thames Valley, and actually Northamptonshire do it as well. They've got a dedicated part on their website where you can upload video footage of people misbehaving.
I think
or
we've got
doing
that down here.
something
Yeah.
And I thought, how effective is that going to be? Blah, 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 blah. Until somebody I know very closely got done on somebody else's video cam footage because he ran a red light. And he had to go for a driver awareness course and all the rest of it. And that was because somebody else uploaded a video clip of him running a red light.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
I was just thinking the same thing. Yeah.
But so now you could create a situation which is dead easy to do, edit the footage so it's all the other person's fault.
People do it though. People do it. YouTube is
Mhm.
full of it.
Yeah.
You see, was it Motor Madness? All them sort of channels.
Yeah.
It's full of it. You can see, you can tell straight away that they're just out. The bikers, the riders, whoever it is, they're just out to film a situation where the car's in the wrong and the biker's in the right. You can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it a mile off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I think it's one channel I used to follow. I think it was called UK Dashcams or something. It's all car drivers, and you could hear the engine accelerate before they started braking, so they'd get closer to a person and then sound the horn for extra long.
Yeah.
And start shouting and swearing, and you sort of go, "Well, hang on, we'll rewind that clip a little bit." And at this point, you can tell they was going to come out because you started accelerating.
That really gets on my tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got an
It's
old
manufactured,
Volkswagen T4 1.9 turbo diesel. It's like a slug. It's not fast at all. And there's some roundabouts in Exeter where no matter what you do, you just got to gun it out of them. And quite often, you get the prats which will just won't think, oh, he's in a lorry, or sometimes drive lorries, very rarely. But sometimes he'll pull out and they'll just go right up your ass, think, oh, what a twat, and it's normally the young ones that do it, I find. Yeah. It really gets on my nerves.
When I'm pulling a 44-foot trailer, or 40-foot trailer, 16.5 meters is my overall total length. If I reach a 3-lane roundabout and I reach the inside lane turning right before you come round that roundabout and start tooting at me, tough mate, I've got right away now because I'm already here. And if you want, there's all this trailer there you can run into. That's fine. You can get the ump with that. That's fine. I've made it all the way there in something that weighs up to 40 tons.
Yeah, people are really dumb when it comes to lorry drivers, aren't they? They don't realize that your back end's going to swing into their lane slightly. They think, well, he's in his lane, his front wheels are there, they're going to stay there. It just doesn't work like that, does it?
It's like the front end. The back end follows the front end. It doesn't in a lorry.
No, exactly.
No, in a lorry, the back end always wants to take a shortcut to where the front end is.
Yeah,
and like I say, there's 16 meters difference between them, so that's quite a shortcut.
Yeah.
I found out when I was doing my training as the rear wheels of the trailer went straight across the roundabout. My instructor said, "Can you see where your rear wheels are?" I went, "Yeah." How did that happen? That was like day one. It's like, how the fuck did that happen? That was funny. That was funny. I should have got a lot of video of me doing that because we had some quite hilarious moments. It was quite fun.
I bet it was good. Yeah, I bet it was good fun. Probably really intense and all the things that you have to learn. But I bet it's a nice thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I started on the Monday, and then the following week I took my final test on the Tuesday and passed. So, and it's 4 hours 4 hours, 4.5 hours a day I was doing. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
quite intense. And there's 2 tests you got to do. You got to do your reversing test, which I did on the Thursday, and then your main driving test on the last day. So
Yeah.
which was the following Tuesday.
So I was
yeah.
quite lucky. I got my my C+E class 1 and 2, is it? Well, what in old money, and I got it in 5 days. So and that was like literally, you've got a car license, yep, right. Jump in your class 2. Is it class 2 the first one you do, or class 1?
Yeah, it's
Well,
class 2, the rigid. Yeah,
class, yeah, and straight into the class 2 with a trailer, class 1 with trailer, and we did that in 5 days, and we got something. What was it called now? Is it a Pass Plus or something? And it's like you get like extra cheap insurance or some crap like that.
Yeah.
But that was all through the military. Like I say, it was a 5-day sort of sit in at day 1, day 5.
Yeah.
You're up to class 1 with a trailer.
I'll
And
say
then you bomb it along.
If you actually counted the hours, I had lessons for my actual test on the Tuesday, taking off the day of the test and taking away the day for my reversing test, because that's all you do on that day.
Yeah.
I had 20 hours training.
Yeah. So we did it 8 till 6. We did Monday to Friday, and we got so we did the first 2 days was your class 2, and then we did the class 1, the class 2 test on the Wednesday morning. Passed that straight into the class 1, a day of driving the class 1, and then you got the class 1 with the trailer, and then you passed that on the Thursday. Yeah, the Thursday, and then the Friday you spent a day doing cross country and the skid pan.
Yeah,
and that was it. You were C+E qualified.
Yeah, so they've changed it all now. You can go straight from car license to C+E. So it's straight from a car license now, because you used to have to do class 2.
Hang on, what's C+E? What is that?
That C+E is the articulated lorry class 1.
With trailer.
Yeah.
So from what I can remember, the class C was your HGV, and then your C plus E was a double trailer. So a 40-foot with another 40-foot.
Okay.
That's what it was. Well, that was 1997 when I'd done that. So
I mean, as Steve, as you probably passed your test before 97, because they changed the categories. I think C is 7.5 ton now.
Yeah.
C plus E is, I might have to get my license out to have a look. C plus E is the articulated lorry, and there's another one which is the class 2, which is up to 18 ton rigid. Yeah. His license there.
Okay. Yeah, because I can drive 7.
Or is it C1 is the 7.5 ton? I can't remember. Yeah. You can drive up to 7.5 ton. Yeah.
So C is your 7 ton. You've got C1, C, C plus E, which is your class 1 with a trailer, and then you get a C. Is that CE?
Yeah.
Yeah, C plus E, which is your normal. Your normal 40-foot, or what is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, C1. Yeah, I've got a C1, which is the
which is 7.5 ton. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get the C, which is the next one up in it.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't got that. I'm not that good. You legends.
Look at that.
I don't know if that's going to show up, is it?
Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to do, and I did enjoy doing it, and the reversing was funny. And Maros, who's my instructor, he's only a 28-year-old lad, so he's like having one of my kids in the vehicle with me, trying to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And when you're doing the reversing, you're doing a blindside reverse, which is reversing to your left, because that's called your blindside. And you start you start to the right of a parking bay, and there's all these cones you've got to miss. And you've got to stick it in this. You've got to stick it in this reversing bay, which is, I think, it's about a foot wider than the trailer. And then you've got to stop with your tail bar, the drop bar at the back. There's about a foot, a black line. You've got to stop with the tail bar right in that line.
Oh yeah.
And
Are you allowed to stick your head out the door? I suppose you're not, are you?
well, you don't need to, but
No.
the mirrors are big enough you can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things. You're allowed one, get out and look, so you can stop, put the handbrake on, get out and look. And you're allowed 2 shunts, so you can pull forward twice and then reverse again. So you're
Right.
allowed to do those. But the first time I tried doing it, Maros is sitting there, he's saying, right, turn the wheel this way, turn the wheel this way, do this. And I just hit the brakes, put the handbrake on. He said, what? I said, get out. He said, what? I said, get out. You're doing my fucking head in. This is why it would have made such a great video.
Yeah.
He's sort of like, serious? I went, yeah, get out. You're doing my fucking head in. You're talking too much. Oh, right, okay then. What are you going to do? I said, I'm going to pull up, I'm going to start again. It's okay. So I pulled forward and started again, and I reversed, and I did it first time. Boom, 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 bang, stopped right on the mark, got out, had a look, perfect. He went,
He's a crap instructor then.
he said, beginner's luck, do it again. So I did it 3 more times. he said, how come? I said, you were confusing me. Leave me alone to let me figure it out myself. Which is why, because you're turning the wheel this way and things going that way, you're turning this way, and you only need tiny movements. And he was saying, move left, move right, move left, no, too far left, move too far right. And he's not telling me how far. So I'm turning the wheel. And I said, just leave me alone. Let me do it. And I'll tell you, that would have made a brilliant fucking video. That would have done.
Yeah, I bet it would. Yeah.
He's not, fuck the instructor off and go do it. But yeah, and then when it came to test day, I nailed it. Because you have to do a reversing test, then you have to do a coupling and uncoupling test. So basically disconnect the trailer and reconnect it.
Yeah.
And we had snow all over the ground. And where the examiners told me to stop the trailer was right on top of packed ice. And I said to him, you want me to stop here? He said, yeah. I said, are you sure? He was like, yeah. I went, okay. So I went out and I uncoupled the trailer and I pulled forward and parked up. He said, very well, now reconnect. I went back in there and I got the back of the lorry as low as I can. I've hit the trailer and my wheels just started spinning. It would not go under the trailer. In fact, I had to fucking gun the throttle and the accelerator. I had to gun it, and the fucking thing shot backwards, and it went bang. It went bang. It really so much so the examiners jumped. And then you try and pull forward twice. Well, as I tried to pull forward, because the trailer's on the ice, I'm dragging the trailer anyway. So I'm like, yeah that's connected. I went out and connected it all up, and I went, I'm sorry I made you jump. He said, no, I shouldn't have told you apart there. I said, well, I did ask you twice. He was like, no choice, I got to pass you.
It amazes me how much those little pins on the trailers can take. Those little roundy bits that slot into the... It's, I mean, I know it's steel and it's bloody hard steel, but it's a lot of pressure on those pins, isn't there?
There is. Which is funny enough, because when you connect the trailer, the first thing you look at, is there a pin underneath it? Because they do break off.
Oh, do they?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
If someone catches it wrong or bends it or whatever, it can break off. So the first thing you do when you're picking up a trailer is have a look underneath to make sure the pin's in place. Otherwise, you'll be there all day trying to connect it and it won't connect.
No.
But they are just a piece that can be removed and changed, because you can get different size pins as well, depending on what the load is.
Yeah.
All
right.
There you go. Educational. Look at me.
Very educational. Yeah.
Every day is a school day.
It certainly is.
It blooming is, isn't it? Anyway, that was fun. But yeah, no work on the horizon yet. No work on the horizon yet. Steve, you need another beer, mate.
Yeah, it's getting that way, but I'll just stick with the one tonight.
God bless you. You're a good boy.
I am.
Paddy's Day and all, and he's only having the one. Just the one, Mrs.
Yeah. You getting out still, Poncho? Out riding a bike still in this weather?
Last time I was out was 2 weeks ago. Yes, the weather's been naff, hasn't it? I mean,
yeah. I haven't been out for a couple of weeks as well, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks. Tomorrow was the last time I was out, and that was only to take my daughter out on the back of it. She's been living away from home, and she's come home, and she's bike mad as well. So,
how was she?
Yeah.
Has she got a bike? Has she? Or
no, she hasn't yet. No.
No.
But yeah, she will at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
well,
mine-
even my young lad, they love it. I think it's brilliant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I started off on a Benelli 400, the Imperial thing that come out in 2021.
Oh yeah. Well, you probably just saw my video then. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got a video, well, a couple of videos up of it. But it was the first bike I got since 2001, 2, since I'd done my test, and basically I got my test through the army as well. Funnily enough, to go out to Rackadoo dispatch riding, come back, and I never really sat on a motorbike. I thought, nah, people shoot at you. Anyway, got out the army. I thought, you know what, sod it, I'm going to get a bike. So I got a Benelli, the 400, just to get me sort of back into it. And after a couple of months, I was bored with it. It just didn't have
They're
that.
flat, aren't they?
Yeah, it was a honking bit of kit. And so yeah, I traded. Well, I part X'd it in, and I got the 600F.
Yeah.
It's an old bike. It's a 2000, but it'll do me for now.
Yeah.
'Cause
Are
I
they
wanted
four
it for-
pots, 4-cylinder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the fuel injected version or not? I can't remember.
The one I've got, no. Or what, the Benelli or the
No, the Gixxer.
The Honda.
Honda, sorry.
Suzuki.
Oh, Suzuki.
Suzuki.
sorry.
Yeah.
Honda?
No.
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from.
The bike reviewer,
Hang on.
ladies and gentlemen. Yep.
Yeah.
Knows what he's talking about, this man.
No, definitely not. Quick,
Yeah.
carry on, but pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. So what, XR, I'll cut that bit out. So it's
Yeah.
carved, yeah?
Yeah, carbs, yeah. That's 2000 bike, yeah. It's
I mean,
It-
having
it's
dealt
alright.
with carburetors in the 80s, I really hate carburetors. No offense, I really hate carburetted bikes. I love fuel injected
I'm
bikes.
totally with you there, mate.
I've had my years of having carbs stripped down, sonic clean, put back together, carbs icing up, all that sort
Putting
of
the
business.
choke on.
Oh, all
yeah,
that
I've got to do that.
I
Well,
want
the
to go
beauty-
out and just press go. Yeah, that's it, and then I'm off. Yeah, fuel injected, much happier.
The with mine, obviously it's carved and that, but it hasn't got any mod cons on it apart from heated grips, which I've put on, and a USB charger. To me, that's raw biking. It's one with
Yeah.
the bike. It hasn't got ABS or none of the traction control, nothing like that. And the bike, the Suzuki, you're not sat on it, you're sat in it.
Yeah,
I love it. It's brilliant.
you're part of the bike. Yeah, I get.
Yeah,
I
you
get
are.
that.
Yeah.
I get that. I totally get that. As for the ABS and traction control thing, I mean, my bike's got both. My previous bike had both, and the one before that only had ABS.
Yeah.
Is there any difference in them really in the way I ride? No, not really. I mean, the traction control, I would say, on my GTR in the last 3-4 years has come on twice. Once there was a load of shit in the road as I accelerated and the traction control came on, but had it not, would I have saved it? Probably. But, you know,
So similar
It
thing
takes
on the Benelli. On the Benelli, I was going to work on it one morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and got to a roundabout. Floor was a little bit damp. It had been raining the night before. I wasn't even doing 5 miles an hour round the roundabout. Come off the roundabout, went to go straight, and just went like that. And nothing. There was obviously I wasn't braking, so the ABS wouldn't have kicked in or not like that. But it just went, and I was like, nah. And that had all the mod cons on it.
yeah.
Got the Suzuki, and you chuck that about. You can flick it about all over the place, and it's like it's on
Planted.
tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think the tires. I'm trying to think what tires that bike had now on the Imperial. I think they were like
I don't know.
is it like the Seat tires, isn't it? Seat?
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was. Long
They
time
weren't big.
ago
I mean,
since
what was
read
it? I think was it 18s on the front, 14 on the 18 on the rear, 14 on
I
the
think it
front,
was an
or something.
18 and a 16. I think
16, yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely bike. I mean, obviously, the videos of it, the walk-arounds of it is on there, and obviously
yeah,
migrating from that to the Suzuki,
yeah.
the GSX. Yeah, totally different beast.
Yeah. The thing is that when they bought out the Imperial, it was before they had before Royal Enfield had the Meteor and the Classic 350.
Yeah,
And so what that gave you really is that at the time they had the Classic 500, which was still available. It was at 2019, I think it was when I took it out. Classic 500 was still available, but it was quite vibey and all stuff like that. But this was less power, cheaper to tax, and it didn't have the vibe. So it was ahead, at the time it was ahead of the game. But now they've got the 350 range. The Imperial's just dead in the water, really.
yeah. I've never seen one on the road apart from mine. I mean, I kept it for 6 months, something like that. But all the bike meets and all the rest of it, I pulled up on this Benelli. Going, oh, he's got a Benelli. Whoa, look at this!
What the
and
hell
everybody
is
was
that?
all over it. Yeah, everybody was all
Yeah.
over it. Oh, how old is that? I was like, 8-month-old, mate. What? And everybody couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
well, obviously it was like a 1950s sort of Italian race, cafe racer style.
It was everything that Royal Enfield wasn't doing at the time. That bike
Yeah.
was doing. Yeah. And then they brought out the 350 range and just killed it off, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But
Nice
no,
job.
oh, hello.
Hello.
Haven't. We have somebody else joining the stream. I'll wait until he's here. And this is somebody that's already Saturday. So this is from the future. This is Rowley.
Oh, get on, Rowley. Hello, mate.
G'day, guys. How you going?
He's a
I'm
good
good,
old boy,
Rowley,
Rowley,
you?
isn't he?
You all well?
Mustn't grumble.
How's it going, Rolly? You all right, mate?
You
Yeah,
seem to
good,
have been
thanks.
growing and something on your face.
Yeah,
Since
I
I last saw
know.
you.
It's old age.
Bless you.
I'll be
You're the
right
odd
with
one
you
out,
guys.
Simon. It's
I'll
your
be right
show.
back with you. I've just got a message. I'll have to attend to that. So, give me a second.
No worries. No worries.
All right.
Now, if you want bikes, Rowley's got some really nice bikes. He really
Yeah,
does.
he has. Got really nice roads as well.
Yeah, you can keep going for a while over there.
Yeah.
Well, get which part of Oz he's in, but yeah, it is nice there. Saturday morning there as well.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, I suppose it would be. Yeah.
And they're about 18 days in front of us or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
And upside down.
Yeah.
18 days and upside down. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you up to there weekend then, lads? You got much on or?
I am. Obviously, my bike needs a wash tomorrow after this week because it's been wet, it's been miserable, and today I had to go through some country-ish roads. So it's now covered in mud as well as everything else. So
Yeah.
I shall be washing my bike, and I shall be teaching some motorcycle maintenance to one of my children.
Oh, really?
Because
Fair
he
play.
wants, welcome back, Rowley, because he wants to learn how to check his brake pads. Because I'll tell you the story. I got a phone call from him about 8:30 one night. My bike won't move. What do you mean your bike won't move? It won't move. It won't go forwards. It won't go backwards. All right, where are you? I'm on a roundabout. Okay, I'll come and have a look. So I'm thinking, because it's a Kawasaki J125,
Handbrake was
I'm
on.
thinking the rear brake's just seized on. So I go up there with a mallet and a screwdriver, thinking I can free it off and he can get home. After about 5 minutes of fettling around with a hammer and a screwdriver, I managed to get the bike free and moving. So I said, right, okay, ride it to my house slowly. Do not use the rear brake. Well, he moved 3 foot before he grabbed the rear brake and it seized on again. After about another 30 minutes of fettling around, now bearing in mind it was -2 outside and dark, and I'm working on a roundabout. I went, I can't do it. I physically cannot get it done. So I said to him, you joined the AA like I told you a year ago to join the AA, didn't you? And he went, no, I haven't joined them yet. I said, well, guess what? Tonight's going to get very expensive. He had to join the AA for 80 quid, whatever it is for the year, plus pay £150 fee so he could get his bike moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they dropped it off at my house. And when I eventually, in the daylight, after I told him to wash it because I wasn't getting my hands dirty again because he hadn't washed it in about a month, I eventually could get to it, and I had to strip the exhaust and everything else off so I could get to the rear brake caliper. And he'd worn his brake pads down so much on the rear that one of them had shot through. It lost its setting, shot through and wedged between the caliper and the disc.
All
So
right.
there was no way I could get that off. There was no way at the side of the road. So I had to obviously strip it all down and new brake pads and put it all back together. So tomorrow's lesson is going to be, how do I check my brake pads, Dad? So yeah, this is going to be a fun day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Expensive lesson. 230 quid for joining the AA and getting his bike recovered, and I think the pads were only like 10. They weren't that bad. But yeah.
So they learn.
Actually, speaking about brake pads, in the video I just uploaded my last night, I was talking about mine because my master cylinder went on my bike, so I rebuilt that. And when it comes to pads with me, I run them down to about 60% and then I change them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the main reason for that is if you're doing moderate speeds and you want to slow down, anything sort of much less than that on your pads, and you start to feel brake fade, and they do get really hot.
Yeah.
So sort of your optimum braking, no matter what speed you're doing, from sort of maximum down to about 60% left on your pads, you'll get no brake fade, or they won't heat up or anything like that. But as soon as you sort of start getting around 50 and 40%, they can be pretty dodgy. Even the best of them, I've found.
Yeah.
And for
pads, discs, and tires.
Yeah,
Pads, discs,
I
and
agree.
tires, lifesavers.
Yeah, I mean, I strip my my brakes down twice a year for cleaning and checking the pads, and I'll always have a brand new set of pads. And if they are about halfway worn, I will change them.
It's good policy.
No ifs or buts. Halfway worn, I'll change them. And if you look in my shed, you'll know the GTR's got 4 pads for each caliper on each side at the front. I've got must be about 20 or more of brake pads that are half worn in my shed, because should one wear right down for whatever reason, I've got something I can throw in there while I buy some more. But yeah, I always strip them down, clean the pots, turn the pots, give them all the clean all the way round. Obviously, we get a lot of salt in this country as well, so good airline clean. No worries. Plenty of copperies back together again. But yeah. And I've found as well, if you buy the Kawasaki original parts rather than the EBC brakes, they seem to work so much better.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more on that. Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah.
I mean, I've always used EBC 8/8 sintered brakes. I've always used them on all my bikes. It's never been a problem. And it was Darren Spears. He had a load of Kawasaki original ones in that he got cheap. And he said to me, do you want a set of pads for the front of your bike for 50 quid? I was like, yeah. So I'll have that.
Cat.
And they usually sell for, I think it's 80 quid a side at Kawasaki. And he sold me a pair for 50 quid. I put them in, and as soon as I got to the end of the road, I noticed the difference. First time I braked, I was like, oh, wow. They've really got some bite in it. It's just, I don't know. They're differently made, differently structured or whatever, but they just work so much better. And I recommend them every time.
I used aftermarket, some quality aftermarket pads on mine, and I doesn't matter which brand I used. I just found them very slippery compared to the factory originals. And the factory originals, are really great in the way that when they're cold, if you have to do an emergency stop, they function really well in terms of if you do a panic stop, you're not going to sort of flip yourself over the handlebars.
You can moderate them.
Yeah.
When they're stone cold, for the first couple of seconds, there's not much there. But the second they start to warm up, boy, do they bite, and you actually have to back off on the brake pressure as you're pulling up, because you can feel the brakes pretty much every second that rolls on, biting in harder and harder and harder.
Yeah.
And I just can't come across that when I use aftermarket pads. You know, I feel like someone's greased the rotor when you put the brakes on.
It does. You do notice the difference. You do. You really do.
Yeah.
But the original parts are phenomenal. They cost that much more, but it's worth it, I think. Money.
Yeah. But yeah, they were. I don't know what compound they've used in the factory original for Kawasaki, but they are absolutely brilliant.
They are good. They are good. Can't beat original parts at the end of the day, rather than OEM. But there you go.
Yeah. I mean, like high performance brake pads are designed to be, well, they'll actually start to work efficiently at a very high temperature, which is useless on the street. Absolutely useless on the street. But I found, you know, most of the aftermarket pads that are for the Kawasaki's are kind of designed that way, which is okay if you're on the track and you're using them like really hard and they're up to temperature to be, you know, to get the right bite. But on the street, no, you definitely want to stick with just what comes out the box from the factory, because they're way, way better.
Yeah.
It's
Top
so
tip.
much better, but yeah. But yeah, I recommend at least twice a year stripping your brakes down anyway, give them a clean, because that always makes a difference as well. The pots move nice and easier. And it's, what do I spend? I spend about 2-3 hours out there, about an hour on each one, making sure it's clean with me airline. And, give them a turn, make sure they're all clean, make sure everything moves fine. Yeah, and then rebuild it.
Yeah.
And I always have spare brake pins and caliper bolts and everything. I've got a spare set for front and rears now. And what I do is because I ride all weathers, they get rusty and they turn orange really quick. So I'll just swap those out with the new ones, the ones I've already cleaned, and then I stick them in a glass of Coke for 24 hours to get all the crap off of them, and then I put them on my little wire spinny thing. Yeah. Give them all a good old buff up, clean up, and they're ready to go back in when I do it next time. So
you get salt on the roads there, don't you?
A lot of salt,
loads of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I put new bolts in on my bike, and riding through the winter, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they start to go orange. You can't bite it. It's going to happen. So.
Yeah. How often do you guys bleed your brakes? Because when I first bought my BMW, it was locking up all the time on the back, and it was really hard, horrible to operate. But then I bled them, and I realised then that they haven't been bled for 22 years since the bike was new. So that's that. I mean, the difference, as you can imagine, was immense. But how often do you bleed your brakes? Do you bleed them a lot, or?
I do mine annually.
I do mine once a year.
Yeah, once a year.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm out all weathers. You get hot and cold temperatures in the fluid. It attracts fluid. It attracts water into there. So, and that's what you do. You're bleeding out every time. A top tip on that, I was told that if you fill the reservoir 4 times while bleeding your brakes, that's the system cleaned.
Oh, is it? Right, okay.
Yeah, 4 times. So drain it 4 times, not completely empty, so there's a little bit in the bottom, obviously.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Top it up 4 times, and that'll be the whole system done on
okay.
front and rear. Yeah.
I think I've done it about 12, probably. I kept
I
going and going.
buy like the 500 litres or the 500 millilitres, whatever it is, not the big .4, but the next one, the 1 litre, the half.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I'll buy the half-litre one. I'll do my brakes, and the rest of it goes in the bin because it's going to be no good anymore. But yeah, I
normally just plug up my hoses to the nipples and just crack them and let the whole system just drain, and then lock them up. and rejuice it up from there. And it takes, I think it takes like just over half a litre, the whole system on the front
Yeah.
brake on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I could just release it a bit and bleed it normally like most do, but it's just as easy to just crack the nipples, walk away, let it completely drain out, lock them up and bleed them up again, because they're, as you know, it's a pretty quick, easy job to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's easy, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, but say annually. I think the book says for the GTR. I think the book says 2 yearly to change that fluid. But I do mine yearly, mainly because of the weather I'm in all the time. So yeah.
Yeah.
Condensate.
What's
And the
that?
quality of oil is not what it was 25 years ago, 30 years
God,
ago
no.
either.
No, it's too ozone and everything friendly, environmentally friendly now. It doesn't work as well. So.
Yeah. But the oil in brakes doesn't circulate. And what really gets contaminated is what's in the calipers and probably about the first sort of couple of inches up the line. So realistically, if you just bled, I don't know, a tiny bit of it, you've pushed out the contaminated and what's in the line near the calipers, and then lock it up and top it up and you're done, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know, oil here is cheap for that sort of stuff. It's like $16 for half a litre.
Yeah, it's not that expensive over here. I think it's about £9, and you get half a litre.
So yeah, I think it's a tenner that I paid. Yeah.
For a
Yeah,
decent
but it makes a big
oil.
difference. I mean, they feel fantastic afterwards,
Mhm.
but they do degrade after a bit of time. And that's, I think the oil viscosity or whatever starts to boil and change its compound down in the calipers where the real action end is.
Yeah.
But
I say when the calipers get hot, it does heat up that oil or whatever's in the caliper. But then that doesn't change places with the oil that's at the top, does it? It doesn't.
No.
It stays hot at the bottom. It doesn't move. So yeah. I agree. Absolutely. Yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
There you go. Top tip, everybody. We're teaching tonight, Excel. We're teaching.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. You are, but yeah.
Imparting wisdom, isn't that what all us old people do? Yeah.
Yeah. On to the young ones, but there's no young ones here, so.
No, there isn't.
Don't speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Apart from
Poncho,
you.
there he's only 20.
Yeah.
Well, hands up.
I
who's over
wish.
60.
Ends up
I'm
with
only
over
47.
60.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. There's a couple
Two
of young
over
ones.
60s, one over 50, and one over 40. There you go.
No, I'm not over
No.
60.
You're not?
Nah, 46.
Oh, wow.
I think,
Oh.
yeah.
46.
I know. I look. Yeah, an ugly 46. I know. All right.
Wow.
You've had a hard
I'm-
life, haven't you, Hector?
I'm 48 next
Fucking
month.
enough, mate.
Jesus, I'm 62.
It's all right. It's nothing, is it, these days?
We're all young men. Come on.
I was 54 a few weeks ago, and I feel every single year of it. Just like,
Yeah. Trust me, I'm feeling it these days myself.
I don't know. I think I said last year. I said to my wife Tracy. I said to her last year. I said, right, this is the last winter I'm riding. I'm not riding through winter anymore. And I've done it another one, and I'm saying it again. I'm not riding through winter anymore. I'll do it again next year. You know I will.
Yeah, you will. No,
You know I will. But
It's in the blood, mate. It's in the blood.
it is, as you said earlier, it's therapy. It makes you feel better every day
Yeah.
you get on. Every day you throw your leg over that bike and you ride it, you just feel so much better. I don't know what it is. It's some people say it's a freedom thing. Some people it's a control thing. For some people, it's an adrenaline thing. Is it something a mix around all three? I don't know.
it is
I
for
would
me.
say, I would say, totally a bit of a mixture. But it doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes for me 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. After 5 minutes, even if I just nipped out for a quick spin round, went to shop, come back, I'll be in a totally different place.
Yeah.
I'd have a smile on my face. It doesn't matter if it was 5 minutes or 5 hours.
I know
As soon as you get
sometimes. Well, yeah, sometimes when I was out riding and I'll be heading home, I feel disappointed when I turned into my
because
road.
you're going home. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because I know I'm
Yeah.
going to get off the bike. I'm like, I want to go around the block. I want
Yes.
to go. I want, and one of the best arguments I've ever had with my wife was, I put a brand new set of tyres on the bike. I'm sitting there on a Sunday morning scrolling through my phone, and I looked at the weather, and it was going to be pissing down with rain on Monday, and it was due to rain all day. And I said, "Oh, that's not good. It's going to be raining all day tomorrow." And she said, "Why is that not good?" I said, "I've got brand new tyres on. I need to scrub them in." She said, "Well, dinner's not going to be ready for a couple of hours. Go scrub them in." I went, "All right, okay then." So I went out for a ride, and it was a no particular destination. It was sort of like, go out, put a few miles on the tyres, get a heat cycle through them, scrub them in, it'll be fine. She rang me after 4 hours and said, "Where are you?" I went, "Oh, I'm in Swindon." Now, Swindon from Milton Keynes is quite a distance. And all I did, I mean, the tip for me that I've been out for a while was when I had to stop and fill up. But it didn't matter. I was just going out. And it was a kind of a case, I went out that day and I'd look at a road and go, "I'm going to go down that road. No, I don't like it. Turn around, come back, go down this one." And there was no destination, no nothing involved. It was just go out and find some nice roads to ride on. And
Point
I ended up
nose
going all the way
and
through
go.
Oxford and Cotswolds and all around that area, and I found some terrific roads. I couldn't tell you where they are now again because I never took any notice of where I was until I got a phone call. And sort of like, "Oh shit, how
Yeah.
far are you from home?" Hour and a half. You know, well, dinner's on the table now. You know.
Yeah, I've done
But it was-
similar, and I think what I find is that every time I think, "Oh shit, I should have been home 2 hours ago or an hour ago," in my case, she's
Mhm.
going to go nuts. I go home and she'll say, "Oh, that was a quick ride, wasn't it?" So, "Oh, fucking hell, I could have gone out for a bit longer." And then the
She's got
opposite,
used
when
to
I
it.
think, "Oh, yeah, I'll go out for longer," and
Mhm.
I think she's gonna, be all right. And then I get home, it's like, "Oh, I'm right in the shit," for the rest of the 2 days of my life killed.
I think I've just poked in on the conversation here. Roland's having a conversation with Love Review.
Yeah. What's the weather like over in your where you are, Rowley?
It's actually been quite nice and fairly warmish up until today, and looks like we've got a change coming through. So we
Right.
had we're up in the 30s, so low 30s, 31, 29. So yeah, it's been nice,
Yeah.
which is odd, but we really haven't had a summer at all.
Oh, really?
Most of our temperatures have just been creeping just into the early 30s, and that's it. But the majority of the time, it's probably been around about 28, 27. So yeah, which is quite bizarre for here.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think
That's quite bearable, though, isn't it?
Hey?
Is that
That's
not
quite
ours?
bearable.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, we haven't had a hot summer at all. I think I've only run the air conditioner probably about 5 times, and that's about it through the whole season. Yeah.
Wow.
Should be
That's
coming over
global
here
warming
soon.
for you. The cat's getting annoyed again. Look.
Yeah. He's trying to tell me that wants to go out with the bloody doors open. That's how much brain that's got.
Yeah, it sounds about as smart as my cat. Yeah. You can find I got a cat flap for the cat, and I put cat flap in because I had 2 cats, and the cat will sit at the patio door meowing. All right, okay, I'll open the patio door. So I open the patio door. She runs out. I shut the patio door. 2 seconds later, I hear the cat flap go. She's come back in again. I'm like, "You fucking bitch! You're just winding me up."
Yeah.
She's out there laughing with all her mates. Look what I can make this human do. Look, he keeps opening the door even though I'm running straight back in again.
What about you guys? What sort of a winter did you have? Would you consider it normal?
I'd say it's quite a warm one down
It
here.
was mild, quite mild. We've had some really cold days, and
Yeah,
we've had some
right.
late snow. But yeah, it's been quite mild through the traditional winter of December and November, December, January. It's been
Yeah.
really quite mild. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only
Yeah,
really.
we've had a tremendous amount of flooding here in the country, more over in the eastern states than where I am. But very, very tropical, but a lot cooler than normal.
Mm.
Mm.
So,
I guess
Global
that's a good
warming.
thing, really, isn't it? You don't want it too hot, do you?
it's what you're used to.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to sort of more up in the 40s,
Right.
where we are. So anything sort of under 30 is like, put a jacket on and your heated gloves.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
See, 30s over here is pretty much as hot as it gets. I think we get to about 33 sometimes, maybe over here, but
Yeah, I think was it 2021 in sort of mid lockdown? Didn't it get to like 36 or something like that?
something
Like
like that.
absolutely red as everybody's
Yeah.
grass was dying and stuff like that.
yeah, right. Yeah. Well, you guys had a hot summer, I think, last year, wasn't it?
22, 21, 22, something like that.
Yeah.
21?
I know 21 was a good one because that was lockdown in April, wasn't it? And that was
Yeah,
absolutely roasted.
Trolley outside a Tesco getting sunstroke.
Yeah,
Heat stroke.
with a mask on. Yeah,
Yeah, for 3.5 hours for a tin of peas.
yeah, toilet roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've got friends over in Canada, and they haven't really had a winter as such. They've had only very small amounts of snow, like inches rather than feet of snow.
all right.
And that's only lasted sort of a day where their location is, and they used to in their peak winter, which is my peak summer. They used to snowfall of 1 or 2 feet at a time type thing. So it's all a bit off. Oh, hello,
Okay.
look at that.
Yeah.
I've never seen Simon's pussy
micro
before.
cat.
I was gonna say something like that, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that.
I'm stroking my pussy on camera again. Yeah.
There you go.
You're staying there now. Yeah. You want to sit on me because you've got wet feet, don't you? Bye.
You should put that in the thumbnail, Simon. See how many women you get subbing you. They love all that.
Watch me stroke my pussy on camera.
Yeah.
GTR rider strokes pussy.
Yeah. Simon GTR porn.
GTR porn, like it.
You guys keep on talking like that. I'm going to pop off for 10 minutes, I think.
What, with a box of
Do you want
tissue?
to borrow that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Fucking hell, Steve, you're easily pleased, aren't you?
Crikey, what the hell
Pretty
was
much.
that?
It's the West Country, Simon, isn't it?
Looks like some sort of alien probe.
Yeah.
Oh, is that that's a saber?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Where's the laser bit that comes out then, Crafty?
Bear with me 1 sec.
He's going to get the
Was he getting lubrication?
apparently.
Oh,
Hello, what's going on?
he's going
Hello, butt crack.
telescopic.
Anybody want to park a bike?
I was just going to say, it's a full moon, isn't it?
You can distinguish the left from the right.
pull your trousers up, man.
Oh,
There you
Sprocket
go.
Rockets here.
An
Hello, Sprocket.
extension on it now. Look, he's a heated sock.
Hey, Sprocket.
It's the voice of experience, Sprocket. Yeah.
You need to get Rhythmic on here, Simon.
Oh,
We
we
could have a
get the
battle,
pair of
couldn't
them
they?
comparing lightsabers, wouldn't we? Yeah, actually, that's a different channel altogether, isn't it?
Yeah.
You show me your lightsaber, I'll show you mine.
Sounds like a TikTok all over.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh, well, look.
Well, you definitely got a bigger lightsaber than I've got.
That's
I'll
what
tell you
she
what,
said.
if Darth Vader was there now, he'd be dead, wouldn't he? By the
He
time
would
it's
be,
taken
wouldn't he?
him to put it together.
Yeah. Hang on a
There we
minute,
go.
Dad. I'm just putting my lightsaber together. Hang on a minute. I am.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, I say, look at
Wow.
that.
Jesus.
I'll turn the
No,
lights
that
on.
is a TikTok filter, isn't it? Oh, look how red that is.
Okay, that's impressive.
That is.
It does look quite
Wow.
good, that.
That does, doesn't it?
Oh,
Go on,
it's
then
more
lift,
than
lift the
colours as
chair. See if
well.
you can lift the chair with it. Do that old Jedi thing.
These are not the droids you are looking for.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't compete with that, boys.
I can't.
No, look, the best I can do is this.
Yeah.
I ain't even got one of them.
What's he doing? Deep threatening it? Oh no.
Well, the dog's excited.
Yep. Gee, that's bright, isn't it?
It is. That is very
It's,
bright.
it's a good. It's not cheap, to be fair.
No, I imagine it wouldn't be.
Mm.
Huh. That is so
Mm.
cool.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Full battle mode.
So what's something like that worth?
About 400 quid.
I was just going to say, I think they're about 300 or 400 quid, aren't they? Lucky it's not a real one. He'd chop his hands off.
Oh, I'd be goosed. It's got all the different sabers from all the different movies programmed into it.
Yeah, right.
All the different sounds and all that.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
That is very cool. There you go. That's a whole YouTube video. It is review that
It is.
item. There you go.
Boys and
Yeah.
their toys, eh?
That's brilliant. Literally.
How many have you got on at the moment, Simon?
Hang on. Where's it tell me? Top left. 6.
All right.
Oh, well, mine, but 5 of them are me. No, no,
You're
that's
coming down here
disappointing.
again, are you? In mid?
Yes,
mid-
yes.
mid-
We're hoping
words
to
out.
middle of April. I like going to Cornwall on my bike on holiday. The wife doesn't like it so much because the roads are really narrow and tight, and someone likes to take them at speed. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it depends. I'm going to have a look at Airbnbs down that way again, and we're not going to stay in the same place we did last time because the bed wasn't really comfy for 2 over 50-year-olds.
Right.
So we're probably going to have a look for something a bit more comfortable to stay in.
Whereabouts do you want to go in Cornwall? Do you know yet? Or
It doesn't really matter. Anywhere, I'll stay anywhere in Cornwall because at the end of the day, you can reach anywhere else in Cornwall in a couple of hours, can't you, on a bike?
absolutely. Yeah.
I want to do Land's End again. I want to do St Michael's Mount, which is basically the same place.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've done the Minack Theatre? I think I asked you last time, actually.
The what? Sorry.
The Minack Theatre. The theatre that's out on the open theatre out on the sea.
I haven't actually been there. No, I will.
mate,
I
that's
will
brilliant.
do that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
will do that. We've been to where they film Doc Martin. We go there every time we're down there because we like
Yeah.
walking up and down fucking hills. Apparently.
Yeah, Port Isaac.
Yeah, because the roads are all like this, aren't they? There isn't
Yeah.
a level piece of ground in that place, and that's always fun to walk up and down wearing full bike gear. So we'll go there again. We'll go to the Cornish. What is it? The Cornish tin mine. What where they sell lots of jewelry and
Podark?
things. As well.
Oh, not Flambars.
No, Cornish Silver or something it's called. I can't remember. I can't remember what it's
All
called.
right.
But they do a shovel breakfast where they literally serve you breakfast on a shovel, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's about 9
All
quid
right.
when we was there last time, so that's
Huh,
really good.
Novel.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's the old tin miners breakfast. You know, they used to cook it on the shovel. They used to dig the hole with. So yeah, and it's sort of a gimmick, but yeah, it's fun. So we'll go there, and then just sort of like the usual touristy Penzance and Perranporth and those sort of places.
Yeah.
And fish and
Roseland
chips.
Peninsula is a nice area,
Mm,
which is over Falmouth side.
yeah,
But it's a massive, well, not massive. It's a big area of Cornwall, but it's beautiful. You know, it's the sort of place you have to get the ferry over to a certain side of it as well, and all that. So
yeah.
it's really nice.
I mean, the last time I was down there with my parents, we did the Scilly Isles, and that was fun, but the journey wasn't. We went on the ferry, so yeah, and the sea was quite rough on the way out, so we was all very, very ill.
Yeah.
Because we're landlubbers. We don't do water things. No.
No. When I was talking about the ferry, by the way, I'm talking like from one side of the river to the other. Not
oh right, yeah,
a full on, not an island hop sort of thing.
yeah. And there's a few places to go see, and I mean, I used to go on holiday down there regularly as a child, so I've been to most of them. We used to always stay St Agnes.
Oh
And, that place has changed so much since the 70s when I went on holiday.
Yeah.
It's very upmarket now, but yeah, it's still nice to go there and say that, this is where I fell in the water and this is where I got crushed up.
Yeah,
against
it
the
brings
rock
back
by
memories,
the
doesn't
wave,
Yeah. Yeah, we had the same. We had a place, make a same load. We didn't have nothing when we were kids, but mum and dad bought a timeshare when it was a really small company, and then it turned into this big place now. But down in Camborne called Praise and Beeble, and it was absolutely stunning down there. But you go down there now, we just don't recognize it. It's all total different place.
No, you don't. I mean, I don't. Was it in the? It was the 70s and the early 80s. I used to go on holiday a lot of the time with my parents. And at one stage, my parents had a static caravan in Bognor Regis.
Oh yeah.
Now the caravan site they had it on was called Lindsay Caravan Site, I think it was, which was right out in the sticks on the outskirts of Bognor Regis. And it was, it was nice. They had a clubhouse. They used to have bands and everything else, and in the evenings, and lots of entertainment for kids. It was great.
Yeah.
I went down there a few years ago, really on like a recce to see what it's like down there now. And where this caravan site was in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by fields, there's industrial estates all around it now.
Really?
Where
Wow.
there's a big fucking huge Tesco's right next door and a Halfords the other side and Quick Fit and all these. And it's sort of like, wow, what the fuck happened here? Oh, I
Sad,
know what
really,
happened. Yeah,
Mm.
it is sad because it was a lovely holiday place, and now it's a caravan home in the middle of an industrial estate. So
I'm going to
it's pretty
Bognor
weird.
in July, actually. That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
by you, is it? It's still a couple 100 miles away, isn't it?
Oh, it's a long way away yet. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I'm North Bucks, Milton Keynes. So, but yeah, I used to go there regularly, and Box Hill was always a stop on the way. So I've been there lots when I was a kid, and it's nice to say that Box Hill hasn't changed much since I was a child. You still got the cafe at the top and a cafe at the bottom, which is Rikers.
Oh yeah.
And which is a big motorcycle cafe. And yeah, it's still bikers and that there. And I don't believe they've cleaned the toilets since I used to go there in the 70s. So it brings back memories.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to have to depart. It's my Saturday morning, and I've got to go and do the weekly shop. But
I think I'm going to do the same. Actually, my lad's going to bed now, my 11-year-old. So I'll have to say goodnight to him.
Yeah, well, it's 11:15, and yeah, I think I might call a hit to this live stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little round robin. I'll start with Crafty Poncho, just tell us about your channel and what you do. So, Crafty.
So yeah, I'm pretty much I am a new channel. I've had a couple of bikes in the last sort of year or so. I'm currently on a GSX F 600F. I just want to get out there, ride, and waffle shit, I think. And yeah, just point the bike and go and see where it takes me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. You know, most of people watching, all 6 of us, know about me anyway. So yeah, I'll just enjoy it, and yeah, I'll keep on doing it until I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Rolly.
Pretty much the same. What else is there, you know?
Just go out on your bike, talk shit, and post a video up of
Stick it on YouTube, and hopefully somebody watches.
Yeah.
If somebody gets pleasure out of it, even more so. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I do like to turn out different stuff, bits and pieces, but you know, by and large, just throw a leg over, put the cameras on, and just go for it.
Yeah,
Excellent. Like the philosophy, Roland. Like the philosophy, I really do.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
go on.
Sorry, mate.
Go on.
Yeah. So just going back to 6-7 months ago, I didn't have any interest in sort of vlogging, getting a GoPro and doing all this sort of stuff. And 6 months down the line, I'm actually on a live stream with videos on YouTube. So it's easy to do. It's just the content that you need.
Yeah.
So anybody can do it. Stick a
Absolutely.
GoPro. Obviously, if you got the kit, then do it.
yeah.
I
You don't
think
need a lot of kit though, do you? All you need is a camera on the front of the helmet, and off you go, and a mic.
And if you ain't got a lot of money,
Yeah.
these work really well. It's the Ghost XL.
Yeah.
At 130 quid they are. It costs about 16 quid for a good microphone to go on it. And then find yourself some free editing software and have some fun. There you go. Job done. Yeah, you're up and running for under 150 quid.
Yeah, and like Crafty's just said there, you know, you put one video up, before you know it, you got 6 videos, and you got a proper channel then, haven't you? So, and then he's on a live now, so yeah, go for it, mate.
Yeah, it can be addictive though. You do get the the bug. You do get the bug where it's, what can I put out? What can I do? What can I do? What can I put out? But
yeah. Next minute, it takes up every second of every day.
When you get to that stage, that's when you go to my channel and then you see what the hell can you do when you got no idea what you're going to do.
You do all right, mate. You do good vids.
You look at my channel as well, because what do I put up? I put up a load of shit most of the time. It's just me talking bollocks while I'm riding my bike, and then occasionally I'll put up a couple of how I do videos. You know, I'll be doing so on the bike, and it's usually the wife that says to me, "Why don't you put that on YouTube?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're fucking right. I'll start again. I'll put it all back together. Get the camera out. This is how you do this."
What I'd like to do is do something that's a little bit different now. I want to, you know, rather than doing obviously mainly bike reviews for me in the summer, but I do enjoy doing the other videos now. You know, whether it's going to places and you know, even around Exeter, I want to do some filming around Exeter and some of the history and all that sort of. Sounds boring, but I'll make it interesting, sort of thing, like, you know.
Yeah,
just to shake it up a bit.
Yeah,
I like the editing. It's good fun.
Yeah,
it does my editing.
I hate editing. I really hate editing. That is why most of my videos are start, finish, done.
Yeah, they are the easiest sort.
Yeah, I do start, finish. I'll put some bits in the middle, and I'll put some pictures up if I have to, and then it's done. Yeah, I don't do a lot of this cutting and edit. Some people they'll do a video, and you'll watch where they're riding, and then all of a sudden it'll cut to a new part of the country, and they'll carry on the conversation. It's like, I don't do that.
It's like one of mine. Yeah.
They'll be chatting away and talking, and they're in Exeter, and then next thing the conversation's carried on. But they're in fucking Milton Keynes. It's like 2 hours away. It's like, well, how the fuck did you go to...
Or the Bolivian death road.
I would lose concentration. I would be bored, and I wouldn't be able to pick the conversation up. It would not make sense. So I have to do my...
I must admit, I do struggle with that. And I've got the... I mean, every review that I do, I probably take about 5 hours of footage Some of it on GoPro, some of it on camera, some are pictures, and some are. What's one I'm missing? Oh, on my phone. You know, when I do the walk rounds and all that. And I must admit, I like the end product, but the reviews that I do now are so laborious to edit now. You know, I mean, I can fast track it. I push record only when I need to record. But yeah, I must admit, I chuck it all in the timeline. I think, oh my God, like, you know, and it normally takes me a day at least to edit a review now.
Have you ever worked out your hourly rate or what you've earned on the video and how long it took you to edit?
No, but I wouldn't want to.
Don't do it.
Depressing.
Don't do it.
I've calculated it down to the cent, and it comes to nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the truth of it. Everything that I earn from YouTube goes straight back in again. You know, I want to buy a drone at the moment, but that's going to clean me out for the year. You know, that's all my YouTube money gone if I get a DJI 3. So,
if you want to borrow a drone, let me know.
thank you. I wouldn't do that though, mate, because if I did bin it, then you know what I'm like. No, I wouldn't want to risk it, but thank you.
All right, guys. I'll catch you.
It
all
is hard
later
to bin.
on.
It is hard to bin, but yeah. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's us done. Yeah.
Keep well,
so
be
take care.
safe, and thanks everybody that's still in the chat.
Yep.
Take
Yeah.
it easy.
Cheers,
and
Blake.
hope to catch you next time. When my daylight savings finishes, I'll be able to come in on the beginning of all of these. But I'm just getting up when you guys are just finishing normally.
Yeah.
Well, our clocks go forward an hour in a couple of weeks, I think it is. So,
That was it.
yeah.
Yeah, you go forward, we go backwards. So yeah, I'm well in then.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
May the force be with you,
Okay,
Crafty.
Cheers,
Willie.
boys.
care. All
Thanks
the
for
best.
everything.
All the best, guys. Keep it rubber side down, shiny side up. Take care. Cheers, guys.